I had headed up YouTube education, so I knew a couple of things. I had seen early stage kids use tech and bad tech, which is not designed for children, so wanted to fix that. I became an open networker on LinkedIn because startups have huge networking needs. And I said, "ठीक है बाबा, मैं तेरी help करूँगा." And he wanted me formally on board. We ended up, after many iterations, building the most popular product that this country has seen. कि एक अनपढ़ माँ का बेटा पूरे इंडिया को इंग्लिश बोलना सिखा रहा है.
Amit, tell us about your startup journey starting in 2014. What has been your startup journey like?
So 2014 was a big year for me because I was walking out and I did not know what it takes to build a startup. It was just a dream. I was excited about 3 or 4 areas. I did not literally plan my innings. In hindsight, that was a silly thing, but it was fun. It made it more adventurous. I had my first accidental startup. I started getting a lot of speaking gigs. So I spoke in France, I spoke in US, I spoke in Australia, parts of Asia. And out of that came people who knew that I was available. I'd left Google and figuring out what to do. And they started approaching me that can I help them? I became an open networker on LinkedIn because startups have huge networking needs. Me and Chow were discussing a little bit back. We need a lot of help. So they were reaching out. One of these speaking stints I'm having, and this guy, a startup founder from Hyderabad, he literally bulldozed me into signing up. And that's when I had to set up my company called India Goes Global because I did not want to take contractual liabilities. I was slightly nervous about it. I had not even planned on having an advisory company. But I was enjoying helping people, mentoring people. So I thought, maybe it's got sign, I should try this out. So over the next couple of years, I met probably 3,000 founders. I was dated by a lot of large companies in the telco space, media space, etc. And I did not want to work for large companies because after Google, koi better nahi kar sakta. So that was the challenge. You can go to another emerging Google, it won't be better than Google, it'll be same. And you want to get ahead in life. So big companies, I realized I was getting away from, so it had to be startups. And this advisory model was thrown at me by that guy because had he not forced me to sign up with him, he literally sat with me into submission. And I said, "ठीक है बाबा, मैं तेरी help करूँगा." And he wanted me formally on board. He did not want anything informal. So that forced me to set up a company. Met 3,000 founders, about 100, 120 case studies came out of it. Formally, I contracted only 8, and 8 out of 8 became really successful. About 2,000 crores of wealth created in just 2 years. Now, back in the day, it was a lot of money. Aajkal 1,000 crores ki zyada izzat nahi hai, but that's what happened. About my own startup, Ocky Pocky, so I was researching, and finally, Ocky Pocky came into shape similar time, maybe. And I got really excited about education. I was researching health also. I was researching IoT space, a couple of other spaces, and ended up with education. I had headed up YouTube education, so I knew a couple of things. I had seen early stage kids use tech and bad tech, which is not designed for children, so wanted to fix that. They came together because, one of the big gaps is English language and how it impacts your career as a child, as a grown-up. Offline, there was very, very poor supply. So most of these kids, they go to school, but they don't have access. And their parents don't necessarily speak good English either. Can we use technology to help them at scale was the dream. So early stage being underfed, English being unsolved, and the fact that you learn a language when you're a young kid, any language. So all of that began to come together into Ocky Pocky. So I think behind me, there is this Ocky Pocky guy. At some stage, my mentor said, don't ride 2 boats. 2 startups is too hard. So I shut down India Goes Global at that time and poured myself into Ocky Pocky. We ended up, after many iterations, building the most popular product that this country has seen, India's largest kids app, about 10 million odd downloads over the years. And we cover 11 languages now on the app, which means a Tamil child can get guidance in Tamil to learn how to speak in English, a Bangla child in Bangla, Bhojpuri child in Bhojpuri. चाहे वो school time पे सीखना चाहता है, क्या सीखना चाहता है, हम सिखा देते हैं. I'm very proud of Ocky Pocky also because it ended up being such a massive impact. We get literally hundreds of videos every week, raw footage shot by parents of their own children, talking good stuff into the camera. It just makes me very warmed up about what I started to do. Very, very high impact. My YouTube channel has got now almost 50,000 subscribers, and largely because of these kind of raw footages, where either a parent is speaking into a Zoom call or whether they're shooting their own kid with their phone and sending us a clip, which we just do a before after and set it up. Yeah, that's my website. Thank you.
It is so impressive, Amit, that you went down into what was lacking in your own life. Like you said, ki time khatam ho jata tha, but I don't finish reading the passage to even start answering the reading comprehension questions. And you tapped into that need that you felt to create Ocky Pocky?
Yeah, so I think I actually use a different line to describe this. I joke about कि एक अनपढ़ माँ का बेटा पूरे इंडिया को इंग्लिश बोलना सिखा रहा है because actually my mom never got a chance to do school, not even 1 year. My dad is the one who dropped before high school because of financial reasons. I'm growing in an environment where बनिए की दुकान है तो अगर पढ़ाई में बच्चा नहीं चलता तो दुकान पे बिठा देते कि चलो कुछ तो करेगा. Most of my cousins they dropped out very early. Some in school, some in high school, some in inter, some in college. Yeah, that's the channel we're talking about.
Very impressive, Amit. When I meet with my Chinese friends, I tell them the only reason India will do better than China is because we speak English. And today I'm speaking to someone, Amit, who's actually making India speak English. So hats off, Amit.
So we had to invent a lot of things, part of AI, part of speech technology, those areas, and crack the vernacular market. I think the insights were very simple. When you build a child-friendly, self-learn product, children are in general smart, but that's true for children who've had a device for many years. For a new first time on a device, if their first app is Ocky Pocky, is it simple enough was a challenge on design. We fixed that. There was no vernacular content for children, except for rhymes, which was also mostly English and some Hindi. There was no interactive content when we started. So we literally had to invent the whole blue book of what are the best practices for a vernacular market. So doing those things has helped us in good stead. I think I heard Mix talk about what part of your YouTube journey helped. So at Google, one of the values we spoke about is can you focus on the user? What Eric Schmidt used to tell us, everything else will follow from. So I was building something slightly different for kids, came to this narrower problem of spoken English, fix that, and to be ranked number one on Play Store, almost bulk of 2023, till the time we reduced our ad spends, was really massive. We never thought we'd go number one in the industry just like that without raising VC money. It's not known for an angel funded company to be that top of market size of India on Play Store ranked number one for as long as we did. But I guess people love our product. They keep referring. I mean, my organic downloads runs into like probably 500,000 a month already, and it keeps growing. So can't thank enough my users and my team. Yes, I still had to learn how to do design thing from scratch. I never designed apps from scratch. I had to learn how to build teams from scratch. That was a big learning curve. You would see a lot of founders crying for talent or either they cannot afford or they're not available, right? And we had to learn to do that. And we figured out the cultural glue that holds a team together. That's what it was.